Hello students, welcome to online video lecture series of Intelligent System and Artificial Intelligence provided by St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, approved to Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak, Haryana, Government of India and AICTE approved. I am Ms. Prithishri Patnaik, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science Engineering. Today's in this lecture we are going to start with the new topic of in AI, that is reasoning, types of reasoning, that is inductive, deductive, logical reasoning, and also will come across with the monotonic and non-monotonic. So how far till we have come across and we introduced to this subject with having the topics like knowledge representation in previous video lecture series, how the impact of the inference rule is designed required to design an intelligent system, what is the rule based system, how the uncertainty principles are been occurring, what is the impact of the probability, and lastly we have studied till the Dempster-Shafer theory. So in today's part, if we would say that reasoning, so what exactly reasoning? Let me tell you students, make clear that this topic reasoning is very important whenever you are planning to go for any of the competitive examination, either it is CAT or GAT or MAT or any SSC exam, any government PO exam or banking sector exam, or wherever you are going to face questions that comes in an objective pattern considering this fundamental studies of reasoning in the part of mathematical as well as the logical questions that you are going to face. So you must have a very clear picture to solve this all question. This is not nothing, you do not require any practical knowledge required to solve these questions. Only the fundamental and the understanding capability of a student is required. Once you go through with the question, you are going to build up in a good conclusory statement, and also you need to choose the best solution for that particular type of questions. So let's begin with today's class, as we could say. Let's have this. When the word reasoning comes to mind, what exactly reasoning to a layman? The decision that a machine is taking on the basis of evidences. It's very common. Human being has its own knowledge or own intelligence power. Let's say when you are putting a hot water inside to a cup, then ultimately the consciousness comes to our mind that yes, the water is hot. I cannot put my finger inside that cup. That is a part. But when we are talking about the same reasoning, how it is going to interact with the machine that is going to take the decision with a good decision support system through the evidences, fact or knowledge, or the information through the logical thinking, as comparable to a human brain. Let's say, for example, when a human being is been planning, let's say I am planning to purchase a cell phone. Okay, if I am planning to purchase a cell phone, definitely before purchasing I have to think some parameter. I'll be comparing the features of 2-3 brand, and I'll do the comparative study. I'll check the cost, I'll check the benefits what I'm getting, I'll check all the operations, new processor, first releasing, camera quality, all these things, and finally I'll purchase that phone which is fixing to my budget. So what I'm doing the reasoning part only. I'm doing the reasoning where I'm putting in a conclusory statement, and I'm doing a predictive or a judgmental and making in a good decision making system. Being a human being, I'm utilizing my thoughts, my perception to think about that product, and finally I'm taking in a good decision making system to buy that product. Or let's say I'll be purchasing the cell phone. But when we say the part of artificial intelligence, how the reasoning is necessary here, how it is going to impact to the intelligent system that we are designing, or the machine or the robot, how it is going to think as comparable to human brain. Human brain has its own emotion. Will we putting the same emotions to an intelligent body so that it could be taking a good decision support system, or it has its own intelligent system to develop a good reasoning strategy? So there are things we are going to discuss, how it is going to be impacted in the field of AI. Let's say the definition, as it been said, the process of working with the knowledge and fact and the problem solving strategy to draw a conclusion and a prediction. This is the definition for reasoning. As it is well said, reasoning is the process that enables a good judgmental strategy, or the multiple decision making system, or it has a good predictive knowledge. That is a part of reasoning. The machine has to be work accordingly. Now it is a part that why reasoning is important in the field of AI. We know that the study of artificial intelligence is only possible by making an intelligent system more effective. The intelligent system has its own reliable to take a correct decision, and somehow if we could say, if we could think like that ki, the human being is able to solve the problem the same way the machine is thinking like a human being, that how it is going to be a good automation, how it is going to be utilize a good automation technique, or to take its own decision, solve all the different categories of complex problem in the real world and able to solve it. But many things comes to in mind, like when we say can a human being has its own capability of thinking, क्या वही सोच एक मशीन के अंदर हो सकता है जैसा सोच एक ह्यूमन बीइंग के अंदर है? There are a lot of prediction, it's still going on. Understanding how the human reason has led to work with the information world or the information technology world, as we say, on a given problem, taking a correct decision, making as a concludatory statement. There are a lot of things. So in many ways we come across with the part of reasoning. So let's have a clear picture over here, like the statement which is written here with the things. It is like anything that system is able to do, it is having been explicitly told how to do the system. Did we are saying the system to do accordingly how the user is required to do, or the system is going to do the things which is feasible for a user? There are two things. जैसे हम सिस्टम को बोल रहे हैं वो सिस्टम उस तरह से काम करेगा या सिस्टम उस तरह से काम करेगा जैसे यूजर को रिक्वायर्ड है. दो थिंग है यहाँ पर. So we need to predict the thing. Let's have an example. The system may figure out what exactly the need of an user. It need to know. अगर सिस्टम को ये पता चलता है कि ह्यूमन बीइंग को क्या रिक्वायर्ड है उस पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन के अकॉर्डिंग, देन डेफिनेटली वो इंटेलिजेंट सिस्टम जो हम डिजाइन कर रहे हैं विद अ गुड, वेरी गुड नॉलेज बेस्ड सिस्टम, विद अ गुड इन्फ्रेंस रूल, विद अ गुड यूजर इंटरफेस, डेफिनेटली इट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प अस. हमें क्या रिक्वायर्ड है, दैट इज ओनली द पार्ट ऑफ रीजनिंग. इट इज सॉल्विंग ऑल द कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉब्लम, doing the good, making judgmental statement and also making a particular kind of predictive analysis to give the fruitful result. So as we have given the definition, now it is also important that how reasoning is also deriving a conclusion with a certain premises and also applicable to given methodology. Any system must have a reason if it is required to do something which is to be told in explicitly method. For the reasoning, that system must need to find out what exactly is there and what it already know with the knowledge based system. For example, let's say we come across with a statement, okay, with a language or a grammar it has given. If we know robins are bird, robins are the birds, okay, all birds have wings, then we can give one more conclusive statement. Then if we ask, do robin have wings? To this question, some reasoning must be required to go. Robin are birds. All birds have wings. Do robin have wings? This is also, it required a conclusory statement or the conclusion statement. From this we could be concluded that yes, robin have wings. If I could say robin is a human being, do human being has a wings? So there are different type of reasoning strategy will be or methods that you are going to do. Now in comparable to the human reasoning, how human brain is been utilizing the process of reasoning, that is a part. We all are having our own thinking capability. Like we'll say that a 5-year child having a thinking or the capability of solving the reasoning is going to different than we say about a 25-year-old person, or like say a 60-year-old person. So the thinking capability differs from human to human. Now how the human being making the capability arena with them? So it's a part of mathematical reasoning, it's a part of logical reasoning, it's a part of non-logical reasoning. Now come down with the mathematical reasoning, it includes the axioms, definitions, theorems and proof. Human can be able to prove something or going to do the mathematical reasoning through the definitions, through applicable to the mathematical theorems, proving the LHS equal to RHS. This is the criteria. When we say about the logical reasoning, this is again of deductive, inductive and adaptive. These are the three methods. When we say non-logical, this is the part of linguistic and the languages that I used. These are the three areas of reasoning in every human being, but the ability only depends upon the IQ and the EQ. When we say it is IQ, this is intelligent quotient, that is the summation of all the mathematical reasoning skills and the logical reasoning. When we say emotional content depends mostly upon the non-reasoning capabilities. So let's begin. That we'll be studying what are the types of reasoning in the next slide. So it is a part, as we have come across, the reasoning is mostly the mental process of deriving the logical conclusions and making the predictions for available knowledge, facts and beliefs. These are the two parts that comes in the field of reasoning too. On very far, we can say reasoning is a way to interfere the facts that are from the existing data in general process of thinking rationally and to find a valid conclusion to a complex problem. That is a part of reasoning. So in the part of AI concern, the reasoning is very much essential so that a machine can also think rationally as a human brain can perform a task to do. So what are the types of reasoning? So when we say these are the types of reasoning: deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, auditive reasoning, common sense reasoning, monotonic reasoning and non-monotonic reasoning. So my dear students, this is a long question for you. You need to go through with all this part. In most of the examination, the long question comes to mind that you need to explain the reasoning part, and mostly in short notes will come across with the difference between deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning, or else in monotonic reasoning and non-monotonic reasoning. So I suggest you to go through with the notes also after completing this video series. So what is deductive reasoning? So when it comes to mind about the deductive part, deductive reasoning is the new information from logical related known information. एक इन्फॉर्मेशन के अंदर से हम कुछ न्यू इन्फॉर्मेशन जनरेट करने की कोशिश करते हैं विथ अ वैलिड रीजनिंग फॉर्म, विच मीन्स दैट द आर्ग्यूमेंट that is conclusion must be true when we promises any true fact. Deductive reasoning is a type of propositional logic in AI. It requires various rules and facts. It is sometimes referred to the top-down reasoning method, contradictory to the inductive part. Deductive reasoning follow the top-down approach and the inductive reasoning follow the bottom-up approach. Okay, this is the this is a part of reasoning. In deductive reasoning, the truth premise is guaranteed with the truth of conclusion. This is a part. We'll see an example also. Deductive reasoning mostly starts from the general premises to the specific conclusion, which can be explained with the example. Let's say we have an example. All human being eats veggies. It's very common. We are human being. We all eat veggies. Surely, that's a second premises. The second statement that comes to mind. Suraj is a human. Okay, Suraj, let's say a human being name, common name, you can give any other name also. Suraj is a human. Suraj eats veggies also. That is a contradictory statement after reading statement 1 and 2. This is the generalized process of deductive reasoning. You need to go for the theory part. We extract the hypothesis for that particular theory. From applicable to this hypothesis, we come across with the pattern and then we are giving a conclusion to this statement. So this is the part. We come across all human being eats veggies. Okay, some human being eats veggies, that is also part. Then we find out some pattern of that human being. Suresh is a human being, then Suresh must eat veggies, that is a part. This is the conclusory statement after doing the deductive reasoning. When we say about the inductive reasoning, how this inductive reasoning is going to help with? Inductive reasoning is a form of reasoning to arrive all the conclusion using the limited set of facts by the process of generalization. We will collect all the different facts and then we will be making into a generalized solution. It starts with a series of specific facts or the data and reaches to the goal state. On the other hand, inductive reasoning is used the propositional logic, and it is also somewhere known as in many books it is mentioned as the cause effect reasoning also, and bottom up reasoning. In case of inductive reasoning, we come across with the historical data precisely firstly, or we can say we go with the backward chaining method. In this case, inductive reasoning premises provide portable support to the conclusion statement. Okay, let's say we come across with a statement that all pigeons where we have seen in the zoo are white. Okay, this is the premises. Like we come across what conclusion we could make from the above statement. Therefore, we can expect that all pigeons must be white. Okay, this is the conclusory statement from the above statement. We went to zoo, we see the birds. Then we predict that we are yes, all the pigeons are seen in the zoo are white, therefore we can expect all pigeons must be white. This is the backward chaining method we have been applying here. Now next move to the next part. What is the auditive reasoning? When we say auditive reasoning, this is a form of reasoning, logical reasoning which starts with a single or a multiple observation that comes to mind while explaining or finding a conclusion to the observation view. Auditive reasoning is also an extension to the deductive reasoning, but in this case it permises do not put any guarantee to the conclusion statement. It may or may not be, that will be predictable world that is existing. For example, let's have an example. Cricket ground is wet if it's raining. Okay, cricket ground is wet if it's raining. Now the exams comes to mind, that comes to in a mind. Cricket ground is wet. Conclusion is that it is raining, or it may be not been raining, and now the ground has been sprinkled with water. That is the two contradictory statement. Cricket ground is wet if it is raining. The if is been giving a conclusory confusion statement. That if it is raining, the cricket ground is wet. Otherwise, the cricket ground is going to be wet. If we have another conclusory statement to is if it has been sprinkled with the water, or else if it is raining, the cricket ground is going to be the wet. That is the condition. Now next, what is common sense reasoning? What is common sense? In a human being, we will say that what is the common sense that we have in our mind? Like say, do we put our finger to a fire machine when burning of a fire? No, that is a common sense to a human body. एक छोटे बच्चे को भी पता है कि आग में अगर हाथ डालते हैं तो हाथ जल जाएगा. That is a common sense. And this common sense, how it is going to helpful us through the experiences only. क्योंकि बचपन से कहा जाता है कि आग में हाथ मत डालो, हाथ जल जाएगा. That is a part. Common sense reasoning is an informal way of reasoning which can be gained through experiences. Common sense reasoning stimulates the human ability to make presumptions about events and which has occurred in day-to-day life, in reality or a good judgment rather than exact logic, or operates on the heuristic knowledge and the heuristic rules. Let's say an example. One person can be at one place at one time. ये तो common बात है. That is the best example. एक इंसान एक ही जगह पे एक ही बार हो सकता है. अगर if you find out any type of statement in such a way, let's say anybody cannot be exist in two different places at one particular time. This is impossible. This cannot be happen. So one person can be at one place at one time. That is a part. If I put my hand in fire, then it will be burned. This is a common sense example. Now, the above two statement has a common sense with respect to the human mind, the way that you will be putting the assumption. When we come to the monotonic and non-monotonic, this is also two important part of mostly comes to your mind. In case of monotonic, what is monotonic? Monotonic reasoning is type of conclusion taking system. When we say monotonic, let's say we have taken a decision by considering a particular fact or clause or knowledge. If we put any new fact to the particular information and take a decision, on the other hand to the contradictory, there is no changes over the observational view. अगर हम रीजनिंग करने के बाद वहाँ आउटपुट में अगर हम कुछ न्यू फैक्ट भी इंट्रोड्यूस करने की कोशिश करते हैं, उसमें हमारा जो नॉलेज बेस्ड है उसके अंदर कोई चेंजेस नहीं होगा. रियल टाइम पे अगर हम कुछ और इन्फॉर्मेशन वहाँ से गैदर कर रहे हैं, इट इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट आउट. दैट इज़ द मोनोटोनिक. वहाँ सिमिलरली अगर हम नॉन मोनोटोनिक की बात करें, कभी क्या होता है कि एडिशनल इन्फॉर्मेशन अगर हम उस नॉलेज बेस्ड में रीजनिंग के द्वारा डालने की कोशिश करते हैं, देन डेफिनेटली द नॉलेज जो है रियल वर्ल्ड पे वहाँ कहीं ना कहीं वो नॉलेज इफेक्ट करता है. दैट इज द नॉन मोनोटोनिक पार्ट. सो लेट्स हैव हियर the monotonic reasoning. Once the conclusion is taken, then it will be remain same even if we add some other information to the existing information in our knowledge based. In monotonic reasoning, adding knowledge does not decrease the efficiency part, the set of prepositions that are derived. To solve a monotonic problem, we derive all the valid condition from the available fact only. It is not affected by the new fact. Monotonic reasoning में कभी भी new fact के द्वारा impact नहीं होगा. Monotonic reasoning, on the other hand, to the real-time system and in real-time fact also get to change. So we cannot use the monotonic reasoning everywhere. Let's say to have a logical system, we are come across with any theorem that can be proved. For example, Earth revolves around the sun. It is a true fact. It cannot be changed. It is a true fact. It cannot be changed. Even if we add another sentence in the knowledge base, moon revolves around the sun. ये हम डाल सकते हैं. Earth is not round. It is also a part. डिड अर्थ इज राउंड और नॉट? अगर हम कह रहे हैं कि अर्थ रिवॉल्व करता है सन के द्वारा, अर्थ इज कंटिन्यूसली रिवॉल्विंग इन इट्स ऑर्बिट अराउंड द सन. Now this is also one more information that we are putting into knowledge base. The moon revolves around the earth. Yes, मून जो है वो अर्थ के चारों तरफ रिवॉल्व करता है. तो एग्जैक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन में कोई इम्पैक्ट हमारा नॉलेज बेस पे नहीं हुआ. दिस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ मोनोटोनिक रीजनिंग. व्हाट आर द एडवांटेजेस एंड डिसएडवांटेजेस? Advantages of monotonic reasoning. In monotonic reasoning, every old proof will be remain valid. जो भी हमारा स्ट्रैटेजी है, हमारे ओल्ड थ्योरी है, कॉन्सेप्ट है, ऑब्जर्वेशन है, एविडेंसेस है, फैक्ट है, वो हमेशा वैलिड रहेगा. इफ यू deduce some fact from the available fact, then it will be remain valid for always. अगर हम वहाँ से भी कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन इरेडिकेट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, जो हमारा ओरिजिनल स्टेटमेंट है उसके ऊपर कुछ इम्पैक्ट नहीं होता. What are the disadvantages? We cannot represent the real world scenario using the monotonic reasoning. No, hypothetic or hypothesis knowledge cannot be expressed with the monotonic part reasoning, which is a fact is also true. Since we can only derive a conclusion to the old proofs, so new knowledge from the real world cannot be added. Now let's see what is non-monotonic reasoning. When we say non-monotonic reasoning, some conclusions may be invalid if we add some more information to the knowledge base. Logic will be said to be non-monotonic if some conclusion can be invalid by adding more knowledge into the knowledge base system. जैसे कि अगर हमने कुछ ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन वहाँ स्टोर करने की कोशिश की, जिसके द्वारा कि हमारा जो प्राइम इन्फॉर्मेशन था या जो हमारा मेन नॉलेज बेस के अंदर इन्फॉर्मेशन था, उसको अगर इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है, डेफिनेटली ये नॉन मोनोटोनिक रीजनिंग के अंडर ही आएगा. ह्यूमन परसेप्शन फॉर वेरियस थिंग इन डे टू डे लाइफ. In general example of monotonic reasoning, let's suppose have an example. Birds can fly. This is very common example. Penguin cannot fly. We all know penguin cannot fly. Piku is a bird. Let's say these are the statement comes to mind. So from the above statement, we conclude that Piku is a bird. Yes, Piku can be a bird. That is an example come to a monotonic. However, if you add another sentence into this knowledge base, Piku is a pigeon, which concluded that Piku cannot fly. If we add the same thing into the knowledge base system, we are adding, this is the statement, bird can fly, penguins cannot fly, Piku is a bird. These are the statement. Then we put two information to the knowledge base. Piku is a penguin, concluded that Piku cannot fly because penguin, we had been depicting to the Piku is related to penguin. That is a part. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of non-monotonic reasoning? To the real world, such as robot navigation, we can use non-monotonic reasoning, and also we choose the probabilistic facts and assumption uncertainty in the field of non-monotonic reasoning. And then everything has its advantages as well as disadvantages. So the disadvantages that comes to mind in monotonic reasoning, the old facts may be इनवैलिडेट बाय एडिंग द न्यू सेंटेंसेस. जब हमारे पास प्रीवियसली हमारा कुछ ओल्ड फैक्ट्स अवेलेबल है, कोई भी न्यू चीज़ हम ऐड ऑन करने के बाद वो इम्पैक्ट करता है हमारे ओल्ड फैक्ट को. इट कैन नॉट बी यूज थ्रू द थ्योरम ऑफ प्रूविंग. हम यहाँ पे मोस्टली थ्योरम प्रूविंग के द्वारा इस तरह के मोनोटोनिक रीजनिंग को सॉल्व आउट नहीं कर सकते. वन मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट कम्स टू द माइंड is the difference between inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. Most frequently asked question this is actually. It conducts, when we say inductive reasoning, it conducts specific observation to make a broad generalized statement, and deductive reasoning, it starts with a generalized statement and give to the possible logical conclusion. Even if all the premises are true in the statement, inductive reasoning allow a conclusion to the fallacy. And in the other hand, if something is true of the class of things generalized, also true for the member of the class, that is a part. Okay, this is an example. If we say Nita is a teacher, Nita is studious, therefore all teachers are studious. Okay, this is a set. If we consider Nita is a teacher, Nita is studious. Okay, therefore all teachers are studious. We are making the intersection of Nita, teacher, and the studious part. All women are above 60 years are grandmother. Meena is a 65 years old. So we are making a conclusory statement here. Meena is a grandmother. Okay, this is the way of we are doing the deductive reasoning. Okay. Let's have one more thing comes to mind when we say reasoning, that is the logical reasoning. Okay, logical reasoning is simply the language for reasoning. It is a collection of rules that are mostly used in the rule based system. Logic arguments which will be helpful for doing the logical reasoning. Logical reasoning is also a process of drawing conclusion from the premises using the rules with the inference system. The logical reasoning is formally divided in two parts, that is the formal logic and symbolic logic. Okay, when we say symbolic logic, this is the study of symbolic abstraction or construct that can be captured with the formal features of the logical interference by a formal system. Formal system consists of two components, formal language and the inference rules that are formed with the axioms. Axiom is a sentence that always true, having true within the system, that providing the truthness to the system. Okay, sentences are derived by using the system's axioms and the rules of the derivation, that is so called as the theorem part. What are the formal logics? The formal logics is the study of inference. Purely formal content will be used where content is made on explicitly, and also we are using the propositional and predicate logic in form of a formal logic. Here let's say logical arguments are the set of rules that are used to manipulate the sentence. When we say about the syntax structure, sentences for the part we come across with the syntax and the semantic part. Now the syntax, how to build a meaningful expression, this is also important. The inference rule is going to help out how to obtain the true formula for any other true formulas, that is a part. Inference rule, we are generating some rule, if then else rule or if is our rule, this is all the part. And logic also needs semantics part, which is having assigned to a meaningful expression that will be in the form of formal logic. Okay, now what is informal logic? When we say the study of the natural arguments that pass on with the grammar, the analysis of the argument structure in ordinary language to a informal, and also its focus lies on distinguishing between the good argument valid from a bad argument, or like the fallacy or invalid cases. One more thing that comes to mind, the uncertainty, as lastly also we come across with the uncertainty, because everything in the real world is not feasible. Every thinking that we are doing in the human brain or like the part of intelligent brain, uncertainty always lies. The world is always in an uncertainty place where we are unable to predict the complex scenario of the real-time existence. Often knowledge is impact and which cause the uncertainty due to lack of information or bias, and these all things. Therefore, reasoning must be able to operate the uncertainty. When we say incomplete knowledge compensate with the lack of knowledge, this is the desired action that after reasoning we need today. Inconsistency knowledge, resolve the ambiguity and the contradiction in the form of reasoning, then this can be resolved out. Changing the knowledge, yes, of course, changing the knowledge is also the uncertainty issue. When it comes, we need to update the knowledge base over the time to time, then ultimately the uncertainty in the reasoning can be solved out. So my dear students, go through with this lecture once more, read all the topics. Types of reasoning is an important long question. The notes will be available to you, and thank you for today's lecture.